Welcome in to another Knicks Nation postgame show. Your New York Knickerbockers lose 111-120 to the Detroit Pistons. Tough loss at home. Knicks fall to 14-9 on the season, 8-3 in Madison Square Garden. Their 6-game winning streak at Madison Square Garden obviously comes to an end. Pistons came in there hungry. Just an absolute gross game from your New York Knickerbockers. Didn't like it. Gross game, man. Slow starts have haunted this Knicks team all season long. And tonight was just another slow start from them. Although they cut the lead to 2, they cut the lead to 4 at one point. Then Pistons got right back in the game. Cade Cunningham with an absolutely amazing game on the Pistons side. He's such an amazing player. They cut it to 2 at one point. Defensively, they just couldn't overcome the Detroit freaking Pistons. Oh, man, this one stung. This one stung, man. Nights like tonight give me a headache. They really do. They give me a headache. Obviously missing some guys. Karl Anthony Towns out, sore left knee. Campaign out. Jericho Sims got benched. We'll talk about him. But all in all, just a bad loss from your New York Knickerbockers. It happens, but they're 14-9 on the season. Bad loss, though. You got to beat the Pistons on your home court. You got to. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat joining me here tonight. Nostalgic, what's going on? Appreciate you. Shame. Yes, Amanda, shame. Coach Sierra, what's going on? Appreciate you hopping in here on this Saturday evening. Unfortunately, your New York Knickerbockers could not get it done. Daniel, what's going on? Coach says they look lost without Karl Anthony Towns. Took them a while to figure it out offensively. Yeah, Coach. This is the first game the New York Knicks haven't led the entire game. Wire to wire, the first game the Knicks haven't had a lead in, and they lost. And prior to tonight, the Knicks have beat the Pistons 16 straight times. Let me repeat that. The Knicks have beat the Pistons 16 straight times prior to tonight. I think the last time we lost to the Pistons was back in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. And I guess the Pistons said enough is enough. Look, Detroit plays hard. We smacked them early on in the season, blew them out. Detroit plays hard. They come in here with a game plan defensively. Cade Cunningham, Knicks couldn't stop him whatsoever. 29 and 15 assists. Freaking Malik Beasley off the bench for the Detroit Pistons decided to shoot lights out. And majority of his shots were open. 7 of 10 from 3 from Malik Beasley tonight. And 23 off the bench. Pistons damn near almost scored 40 points off the bench. Just a terrible defensive game for your New York Knickerbockers. And look, you started this game with Jericho Sims, right? Jericho Sims had a bad turnover in the first quarter. Did not play the entire game after that. Kind of reminded me of last game where he did not play the entire game after a bad sequence as well. And then Precious Achiuwa actually looked like Precious Achiuwa, obviously dealing with that hamstring injury. But all in all, defensively, we'll talk about Hukporti. Tyler Kolek didn't get any minutes in the second half. Jalen Brunson, 44 minutes tonight. We'll talk about everything. But defensively, guys, I think that's where your New York Knickerbockers lost this game. Is defense. Defense. Coach here says Jericho Sims is shook. How long can they deny Hukporti? How long? How long? Hukporti converted on the same exact isolation play Jericho Sims tried to convert on that turned over the ball. That Jericho Sims turned over the ball in the first quarter, I believe. And Tom Thibodeau yanked him after that. And Ariel Hukporti did the same thing and converted on a nice sweeping left hook layup. How long can they deny Hukporti? He's a better player than Jericho Sims. Even though Sims, to his credit, was playing well prior to these last two games. But it's moments like last game and tonight where it makes you go crazy. You cannot just, it makes you go crazy with Jericho Sims. He just hasn't put together a consistent game, a consistent resume. It's always looks good, then looks terrible. Looks good, looks terrible. Looks terrible, looks terrible, looks terrible, looks good. There's no consistency from Jericho Sims. And Hukporti is a rookie, and obviously he had some great moments tonight. Alley-oop from Jalen Brunson tonight, and Hukporti just, I think, deserves playing time. Ariel Hukporti. But yeah, Amanda, how long can you deny Hukporti? How long can you deny Hukporti? They hit their threes and we didn't have opportunities for rebounds. They hit everything. What's going on, Nick Yak? Appreciate you in the chat, Nick Yak. Yeah. And look, Knicks were 11 of 34 from 3, 32%. Free throw shooting was the thing that hurt us tonight. Look, Knicks are number 1 in the NBA in free throw percentage, and the Knicks missed 11 free throws tonight. 59% at the line. That's not going to cut it. Anytime you give away those easy points, it's going to be hard for you to overcome these leads. That's exactly what happened. You cut it down to 2. Let's say you make half of those free throws, you have the lead there. But Knicks from the free throw line just didn't have it tonight. Brunson missed 3. Mikal missed 1. Precious missed 3. So free throw line just didn't have it. But ultimately, offensively, 111 points. Knicks were 11 of 34 from 3. And the free throw line was bad. The rebounding, only 31 rebounds. Pistons, 43 rebounds. 9 offensive. 28 assists from the Detroit Pistons. And they had 18 turnovers. And the Knicks had 15 turnovers. But to me, it's the transition hoops. It's the transition defense from the Knicks that has been struggling all season long. And tonight, even off of made baskets, the Pistons were running, going, catching the Knicks on their heels. And just credit to the Pistons, just swinging the ball around to the open man. And it looks good when you're hitting shots. Yeah, and the Pistons did their job tonight. They shot 50% from 3, including 7 of 10 from Malik Beasley. I mean, that's tough. That is tough. But the Knicks deserve to lose tonight. No excuses. They deserve to lose. Josh Hart lost his cool there at the end. And the thing about, Josh Hart is, I love Josh Hart's energy. I love his emotion, but you can't let that moment get the best of you in crucial times, especially. You got to keep your composure. And look, the Knicks were probably going to lose at that moment anyway, but whatever he said to that referee warranted his ejection. He probably said something crazy because, but you got to keep your cool and composure. Frustrating game all around, and it showed in the emotions. Appreciate every single one of you in here. Smash the subscribe button. We are just getting started on this Knicks Nation postgame. Your New York Knickerbockers lose to the Detroit Pistons. Detroit basketball came into MSG and whooped you. Hey, take it on the chin. Take it on the chin. You were without Cat. I feel like the Knicks tried to skate out tonight with the win. I feel like Cat could have gave it a go, but they wanted to give him more rest. They wanted to give Campaign more rest. I feel like they tried to skate tonight with a win, resting Karl Anthony Towns, and they should have. But credit to the Pistons for showing up, man. Just take it on the chin. You lost. And now your homestand ends. You go to Toronto now, but tonight just was kind of like a reality check. Like, okay, like 6-game winning streak at home was great, but then you allow the Pistons to come into your home arena in front of all your alumni and just hit 3 after 3 after 3 and hit all their free throws. And Cade Cunningham, he's a stud, man. He's a superstar. I can't even say anything wrong about Cade. He's a stud. And he's so cool, calm, and collected. And the Knicks defensively just didn't have an answer for him. They started OG on him. I think they started Mikal on him early on in this game. And they put OG on him. And Cade, they were just getting Cade open with pick and roll after pick and roll after pick and roll. And he was finding the open man. And credit to the Pistons, man. Credit to the Pistons. Hit some of these comments. Jaden, I still don't understand why Thibs plays so paint heavy. When a player drives, everyone collapses in the paint, leaving the kick out 3 wide open. This is new. This is the new league and era. Yeah, Jaden. Good observation. A lot of kick out tonight. A lot of wide open threes for the Pistons. Wide open. A lot. And it's one thing if I come on here and say the Pistons were hitting tough open looks, but you know, they were open. And once they get their rhythm, they are going to hit those tough contested threes. And that's what they were doing. Malik Beasley had 7 field goals, and all 7 of those were threes. Cade, every night, tonight, every possession tonight, when the Knicks made a run tonight, let's say the Knicks will make out like an 8-2 run, 10-2 run, cut the lead to 4. Cade will come down the court and just hit a 3. Cool, calm, and collected. Quieting the crowd. Cade Cunningham was doing that all night long. I counted like 5 times tonight where Cade just killed momentums from the New York Knicks. And that's what great players do. You know, all you got to do is tip your cap to that, man. I mean, but yeah, just momentum killing threes from the Pistons tonight. And that falls on defense. Falls on defense. Mike, what's going on? Appreciate you in the chat, Mike. Always for becoming a member as well. Free throws. 11 missed free throws tonight. And, you know, that's kind of like an outlier, which is, you know, actually a good thing to say because the Knicks are number 1 in the NBA in free throw percentage. So, I mean, yeah. Tonight was just one of those nights where I don't know if they ate something before the game or, you know, I don't know. But they just couldn't hit free throws tonight. And those are free points you are leaving on the board. And when you are behind, when you are at a deficit, those points come back to bite you. And that's exactly what they did tonight. 11 missed free throws tonight. Obviously, it's an outlier considering the Knicks being up there in free throw percentage. But yeah, free throws brought me back to last year, and I don't want to think about that with the missed free throws. So, Nick Yak, if Hukporti had Sims minutes, we would be even better than what we've seen, especially defensively. He is better than this. I love what I'm seeing for Hukporti. I've been preaching for Hukporti to get more playing time, and you know, hey, Jericho Sims back-to-back games where he's essentially got benched. Didn't start the second half. Precious Achiuwa started the second half for Jericho Sims. Ariel Hukporti he's just coming in here making plays. The second he came into this game in the first half, he had a great help defensive possession, a great assist to OJ Anunoby in the corner, just making plays. And you see Jalen Brunson and him. Brunson is finding Hukporti on lobs. He's not finding Sims on lobs. So now that leads me to believe that maybe that's Jericho Sims. Because I've been coming on here saying that the Knicks are missing Jericho Sims on lobs. But when we're seeing Brunson convert lob after lob after lob with Hukporti, you're like, wow. So Hukporti needs to play more. He does. And he's been awesome. You know, he's been absolutely awesome. And I just love what I'm seeing from him. Him being a rookie, coming in here, learning. Obviously, his minutes have been sporadic, just hasn't really gotten the consistent playing time. But I do think if this New York Knicks team was to play Hukporti consistently, I think that would benefit them. Because last time Hukporti was playing consistently, like consistent minutes, and then Jericho Sims was like, all right, like Tom Thibodeau put Hukporti out there to kind of light a fire under Jericho Sims' ass. And it did. But at what point do you just make that switch? At what point do you just say, screw it? I'm going to play Ari Hukporti over Jericho Sims. I think we are at that point. I do. Jaden says, off made baskets, we can never seem to get back, set up our defense on time. There's always a mismatch, Jaden. Yes, man. It's really annoying. Made baskets, missed baskets, the Knicks can't get set defensively. And it's killing them. It killed them tonight. It's been killing them all season long. Mike says, we definitely deserve to lose tonight. How many times are we going to learn this lesson? We keep losing to teams we're supposed to sweep the gym with. It's ridiculous and inexcusable, especially at home. Mike, that's the sad part, right? Look, the Knicks won 6 in a row at home. We've been dominant. And then you get this cat news, out, sore left knee, pain still out. And it's like, all right, we should still beat the Pistons, right? I mean, yeah, they gave the Celtics, a little run. They're playing better away from their home court. The Detroit Pistons I'm talking about. We should still beat the Pistons, right? Without Karl-Anthony Towns. And I think that's the mentality the Knicks had before this game, man. Let's rest up Cat, and just hopefully win this game, and they didn't. But it was a bad loss. Inexcusable. Bad loss tonight. Bad. Once Dame, what's going on, man? Appreciate you in there. Once Breen said we haven't lost to the Pistons since 2019, I knew it was going to be a bum night. Yeah, man. Cat Payne and Mitchell was definitely missed. Yeah. 2019. 16 straight dubs against the Detroit Pistons, so I guess they had enough of it. Amanda says Cade was screaming at the ref 2 seconds before he ejected Josh Hart. Yeah, look. Josh Hart needs to keep his composure, but I thought that referee didn't call a good game. If Josh Hart is going to receive a tech for screaming at you, then just reciprocate that and give Cade Cunningham a tech for doing the same thing. It's only right. But he didn't. It is what it is. We move on. Just like Clyde said after that, after every one, we just couldn't hit the big shot all night, threw up a ton of brick threes. After every run the New York Knicks had in them, Detroit was just hitting 3 after 3 after 3 and just killing the momentum. And that hurts, man. It's like you climb a mountain, then all of a sudden you're rock climbing and you slip, and you have to go back down and reclimb the damn mountain and just redo it all over again. And the Knicks did that like 3 times tonight, and they just couldn't overcome the hump. And backbreaking threes. And I attribute that to bad defense and maybe fatigue. Look, guys played heavy minutes tonight, but no excuses. It's a game you got to win. The Pistons are 10-15 on the season, 6-8 on the road. It's a game that you got to win. You should have made it 7 in a row in Madison Square Garden. Feeling good, going to Toronto. But unfortunately, you didn't. Jaden Sims, to me, doesn't seem vocal at all and is a mute on the court, which holds the team back when he is in. What's going on, Jaden? He only put Huck out that one time because it was Cat's B-Day. Sims' minutes looks like he's playing gifted and not earned. They gave Sims 20 games. Yeah, look. Tom Thibodeau has always been that type of coach to give you the leeway of 15 to 20 games until he changes something. And in this situation, prior to these last few games, Sims has been playing okay. Like, okay. He's been playing good for, what we're asking for him. But Orlando game, not good. Tonight, not good. Benched. Back-to-back games, benched. Benched. Literally got benched in the second half for Precious, and it gave the Knicks a spark and didn't come back in the game all game. I don't know what's going on with Jericho Sims and Tom Thibodeau, but it confuses me. Like, it really does, because they keep going back to him. Like, the bad, in my opinion, outweighs the good. The bad outweighs the good from Jericho Sims. Have we seen some good from Jericho Sims this year? Yes. He's contesting shots at the rim. He's an okay rebounder. Tonight, I thought he had baby hands. Tonight, I thought Jericho Sims had baby hands. The first half, he let a lot of rebounds just right off his hands. His hands are not good. Can't catch the ball. Can't. And that's frustrating. But the Knicks just keep going back to him. But then they bench him. Like, it's like a weird situation. They keep Cat was out tonight, so you start him. He doesn't play good, you bench him. Now, if Cat's going to be out next game, what are you going to do? Are you going to start Jericho Sims again? It's confusing to me. But when you're seeing Hukporti play, he makes plays, man. I mean, you guys see it. Hukporti, as soon as he got in the game, assist to Anunoby in the corner for a three. Contesting Cade Cunningham shot at the rim. Brunson's finding him for alley-hoops. Electric. He's electric. He's just providing us more. And I'm wondering what the Knicks are going to do with that. But I'm hoping that Ariel Hukporti takes some of Jericho Sims' minutes, or takes all of Jericho Sims' minutes. Because at what point do the New York Knicks just pull the plug on Jericho Sims and be like, look, man, you've had some good moments. We've given you chances. But Ariel Hukporti, we want to see what this guy looks like. He's coming in here, providing plays. He's electric. At what point do the New York Knicks just go to Hukporti and just ride it out? Eddie, what's going on? Painful loss. Yes, painful loss. You got to beat the Detroit Pistons at Madison Square Garden. It also exposes that injuries can't be the only reason to expand the rotation. I've said it all season. Tom Thibodeau's rotations in the first half are different than his rotations in the second half. We saw him go to Tyler Kolek in the first half, and Tyler Kolek played well. Hit a three, had a steal, looked good. Okay, I know the Knicks were down, but still, go back to him in the second half. But no, he wanted to ride his starters. He wanted to obviously win this game. And your best chance to win is to go with your starters, clearly. But Tom Thibodeau deviates from whatever he does in the first half, rotation-wise. Didn't play Tyler Kolek in that second half. But I say that, and yet he benched Jericho Sims, and he played Hukporti more. So, but yeah, I wanted to see Kolek in there. And look, the Knicks, in my opinion, this would have been a good game for Daddier, right? The Knicks have been using Daddier in the G League now. They've been taking advantage of that. Obviously, Daddier needs to play. But in my opinion, this would have been a good game to get Daddier in there. You're down a few guys. Daddier is a bigger body. He's a wing. So I know you want to get him playing time in the G League, but if you would have known that Cat was going to be out tonight, Payne was going to be out tonight, maybe you could have, recalled him. But, yeah. Brunson, 44 minutes. Bridges, 38. Anunoby, 39. Sims, 6 minutes. Josh Hart, 39. And Precious. Good to see Precious out there on the court making plays, man. That sequence that in the second half where he had that block, and then Jalen Brunson has some nice passes tonight. Nice slip passes to Precious on that fast break. Good moment for Precious Achiuwa. 10 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal. Precious Achiuwa looks like, he's going to be a major piece for us off the bench. But, yeah, good to see Precious out there. This one sucked, guys. This one sucked, man. Anunoby 2 of 8 from 3. 6 of 15 from the floor. Anunoby with some amazing defensive possessions tonight, but, man, he missed a lot of open threes. Bridges missed a lot of open threes tonight, too. That's the thing. The Knicks were getting looks. Anunoby missed some threes. Bridges missed some open threes. Knicks were getting looks. They just couldn't convert. And that's it. Keith says, send Jericho Sims to Westchester. Jericho Sims sucks. That is from Keith Dollar. What's going on, Keith? Oh, man. 6 whopping minutes from Jericho Sims tonight. Got outplayed from Hukporti. But look, Jericho Sims sucks is a little strong, but I get your sentiment. I get your frustration. I get it, man. I totally get it. If you have eyes, which if you're watching the basketball game, if the Knicks, I know the Knicks see that Ariel Hukporti is outplaying Jericho Sims every time he goes on the court. Does Hukporti have things to work on? Rebounding? Yes. But you got to play him, man. You got to play him. You got to play him. You got to play. It's time. It's time. And when everyone is healthy, that's the thing. When Precious is back now, with Cat back now, I don't even know if Thibs is going to go to Jericho Sims when everyone is healthy. But I think he should give Hukporti 5 to 10 minutes even with everyone healthy off the bench. Just giving us an extra bigger body, and he's just electric. He's a rookie. Last pick in the second round. And he's doing this. Eddie says OG had an off night. Yeah, offensively, OG missed a lot of open threes tonight, but defensively, he was obviously dominating this game. OG Anunoby had 4 steals and 2 blocks. Only 4 boards for Anunoby, with 2 of 8 from 3. Yeah. Jaden says if we're going to make any moves, we definitely need to make a move for a defender. Maybe the move is to just get healthy, Jaden. I do think the Knicks could use another wing off the bench. But look, Mikal Bridges had a big third quarter for us tonight, because it was looking like one of those off Mikal Bridges games until that third quarter, where he had some great defensive possessions in that third quarter. There was a possession where the Knicks were literally playing volleyball, tipped the ball to Mikal Bridges for a fast break hoop. Bridges got a block in that third quarter, got a steal, 2 steals for Bridges tonight. How many blocks did he have? 1 block. So Bridges has looked better defensively. He has, but the Pistons were just getting Cade on Brunson, and they were just getting Cade in his spots. And even though OG Anunoby was starting that defensive possession on Cade tonight, Mikal Bridges was starting a defensive possession on Cade tonight, there wasn't enough help defense for that to eliminate a big game out of Cade, and Cade just obliterated them. Just tip your cap to Cade, man. 29 and 15, triple dub, 10 boards. 5 of 8 from 3. He's a great player, man. Eddie says, should we lower expectations? Yes. Eddie, no cat tonight. No campaign tonight. You know, the Knicks were just finding themselves. Starting lineup was clicking. No cat tonight put a wrench in it. Are you supposed to beat the Pistons even though you don't have Karl-Anthony Towns? In my opinion, yes. But they didn't. Should we lower expectations after a loss to the Pistons without one of our best players? I wouldn't say that, Eddie. It's just, it sucked. Tonight sucked, man. Mike, this was a game for OG and Bridges to get nuclear. Who can guard them on the Pistons roster? Hardaway. That's why we shipped him. Harris. That's why we never traded for him. Come on, man. Soft. Mike, I totally agree. I say Mikal Bridges had a great third quarter, but still, he's not being aggressive enough for me. Settling too much behind that line, behind the three-point line. He's falling in love with that three. Just not being aggressive, not taking the ball to the hoop, not getting to the free throw line. I think he actually got to the free throw line tonight. Yeah, he shot 2 free throws tonight. But Mikal Bridges, I think his lowest free throw averages in a year was, I think it was like 5.4 per game. I think that was with Brooklyn. And this year, he's not even getting to the line even once or twice. I think he's averaging 1.6 free throw attempts per game or something like that. Not being aggressive. Anunoby, the thing I loved is that Anunoby, I think, can take advantage of anybody on the post. And we've seen Anunoby improve his low post game, improve his post-up game. And tonight, his threes just weren't falling. And they were open. So I'm not worried about Anunoby. You know, he's going to have these games where he shoots like this. And he's shown us that. But it's Bridges who I really want to be more aggressive. Really do. And stop settling. You know, 9 3-point attempts for Bridges tonight. That was more than half of his field goal attempts. So, yeah. Jaden says 6 minutes and he started. It's crazy. I still feel like Mikal doesn't get any play calls. Yes, he has been shooting poorly, but majority of his shots are off balance. I think Dibs needs to have more sets for Mikal to get him going. I agree. Look, it goes back to what I said. I think Mikal just needs to be more aggressive offensively. Just needs to get to the line more. And that'll open up his game and his mid-range. We all know him to be a great mid-range shooter, but still not there yet. Obviously, you know, prior to tonight, look, Mikal had 23 assists, 3 rebounds. But, yeah, just the timely stuff wasn't there tonight for Mikal. And there are things to work on. He needs to get to the line more. He does. Jaden says, Huck is an energy guy. Like how when Payne comes into the game, the pace quickens and brings hype. You need these types of players getting minutes to keep us in the game or maintain the lead. Yeah, look, Hukporti, our energy. Our energy, man. There's certain players where you watch them play, and you're like, all right, this guy has it. This guy knows this guy knows what he's doing out there, man. And with Sims, it's always been this like basketball is up and down, up and down, up and down. It's mostly been down, but at what point do you just pull the plug, man, and just give Hukporti those minutes? And you did tonight. 15 minutes for Hukporti. Alley hoop after alley hoop from Jalen Brunson. And like I said, Brunson and Hukporti, that's a chemistry that you can build on, right? And it's good to see Brunson find those alley hoops, make those slip passes, run the offense like a true floor general, like he has been this year. Because obviously last year, different. Obviously, we asked him to do something different last year, score more, and this year he's being more of a facilitator. But yeah, I mean, this gives me hope for, you know, when Mitch comes back, Brunson and Mitch can connect on these lobs. But right now, Hukporti Needs to play. He does. He needs to play. Look, I made a video on Hukporti. I love this guy, man. Like, I've been wanting him to play for weeks. I've been wanting the Knicks to make that switch. And maybe the next game they do. Maybe Sims goes back to being that glass in case of emergency type of center, but they need to make that switch. Yeah, Mike Bridges, I mean, it's too many times where he's settling out there. And look, he's still trying to find it, but he's finding it in rhythm now. He's been playing better. He has been at home. And defensively, he's been playing better third quarter. I thought it was a good third quarter for Bridges, for his confidence. And the Knicks will get him in his spots. I think his usage is down from last year. Obviously, you're not asking Bridges to be that guy like he was in Brooklyn. You're just asking him to pretty much be a third or fourth option in this offense. But when your guys are out, like when Cade is out tonight, when Brunson is resting, or when Brunson just needs somebody else to take over the damn game, Bridges, there was times tonight where I'm like, come on, Mikal, man, just take over. And then he would just get the ball and pass it and run around and get the ball, pass it. I'm like, bro, just take over, man. Just be aggressive. You know, I know it, and I know the Knicks want to run their offensive sets, and not the Knicks they're not ISO, they're not an ISO heavy team. I'm not asking Mikal to do that, but yeah. But you know, it was the defense tonight that I thought team defense was bad, and you know, Malik Beasley came in here and shot 7 threes, man, and then Simone Fontecchio, whatever his name is. I can't even pronounce his name. Simone Fontecchio. 2 of 3. 3 assists, dagger threes. Jaden freaking Ivey hit a dagger corner 3 in the corner. Jaden Ivey was hitting threes tonight. What does Jaden Ivey shoot from 3 this year? Wow, that's surprising me. He actually is shooting 38% from 3 this year. 38% from 3 this year is actually pretty good from Jaden Ivey. So I retract my statement, but still, not known for his shot. Tobias Harris did nothing. Tim Hardaway really didn't contribute. It was Cunningham, Ivey, Beasley, and Jalen Duren. It's just a great team effort from the Detroit Pistons, man. Just tip your cap from them, man. Now, you go on the Knicks side. Schedule is still lightening up here, right? You end the homestand going 3-1. You wanted to go 4-0. You should have got 4-0. You're 14-9 on the season. You were at Toronto on Monday. And then you have the in-season tournament versus the Atlanta Hawks on Wednesday. And obviously, if we win that, we see who we play after that. But, yeah, man, you should have gone 4-0. But what you're seeing is, man, you shouldn't have lost this game. It sucks. It happens, man. I know it happens. It happens, man. But hopefully we can get Cat back versus Toronto and get back on track, because Karl Anthony Towns is clearly valuable to this team. And it sucks that he didn't play tonight, because the Knicks were just clicking on all cylinders and they just couldn't get over the hump tonight. You know, you cut the lead to 2. Cade Cunningham, dagger 3 in your heart. In your heart. Sometimes talent does beat experience, Sims. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks are treating Jericho Sims with kind of like seniority. Like, he's been here, done that. He's been through the grind. He's already been put on the bench in the doghouse by Tom Thibodeau. So they want to get him reps. They don't want to just throw Hukporti in there and just give up on Jericho Sims. But what is it now? Year 4 for Jericho Sims? When you know, you know. When you know, you know. It's year 4 for Sims. When you know, you know. He's a backup for a reason. He's a backup's backup. He's a backup's backup. That's what Jericho Sims is. And look, this is not me hating on the player, man. I mean, I had high hopes for him. But when you have someone chomping at the bit in Ariel Hukporti coming into these games, instant impact. You're seeing what he can provide. You're seeing Brunson finding him on lobs. You want to see more of that. And hey, man, give me some more Hukporti. I think a big reason why Thibs likes Sims is his versatility to guard multiple positions. Yeah, Jaden, look, like I said earlier, Sims he was playing well prior to these last 3 games. He can guard. He's quicker on his feet. He can guard a guard. You know, he's shown that. And that's kind of where the Knicks kind of like fall in love with Sims, because they see the potential. They see like when he has a great defensive possession on a guard and then he locks him up, and they see potential like that. But his basketball IQ, man, I mean, just turning the ball over and just baby hands down low, not really going up strong for rebounds and just letting rebounds slip out of your hands. It's just stuff like that where I just get, I'm like, come on, Sims. You know better. Jaden says, I don't know why Mikal got the Cade assignment when we got OG to guard guys like Cade. But we got Mikal to guard guys like Cade too. And look, sometimes great players are just great players, right, Jaden? Sometimes you could put Anunoby. Look, Anunoby was guarding Cade sometimes, and Cade scored on Anunoby tonight. Sometimes great players are just going to be great. It's sometimes offense beats defense. And you can throw Anunoby on him. You could throw Mikal on him. Are there certain situations where they can do better? Yes, but Cade was just carving tonight. He was finding the open man. Easy. And he's great. He was great tonight. Absolutely incredible. But yeah. Anunoby was absolutely incredible defensively. And you're going to see nights where those two are going to go back and forth guarding the opponent's best player. And maybe you close out with Anunoby on the defensive, assignment on that night. But sometimes great players are just great players. And I know it's like a cop-out answer. But, Cade was amazing tonight, man. Thibs must prepare for a night without JB and Cat, Eddie says. Yeah, obviously Karl-Anthony Towns' loss tonight was Knicks missed him, but no excuses, man. You gotta beat these teams. You gotta beat the Pistons. Look, Pistons were without, I think, Amen Thompson. Like, teams are missing players, man. But Knicks should easily beat the Pistons. Pistons are not a good basketball team. They play hard. Credit to them. Knicks smacked them early on in the season. Knicks beat them ever since 2019. They haven't lost to the Pistons since 2019. And the Pistons just finally said enough is enough, came to MSG and played hard. They played absolutely hard. Just going through my notes. Missed free throws, 11 free throws. Talked about the first game this season where the Knicks haven't led all game. Sucks, man. Slow starts. I don't know what it is with the slow starts with this Knicks team. I don't know why it takes them so long to be engaged in a basketball game. But Pistons dropped 39 points in tonight's first quarter. 39. And the Knicks have started slow in a lot of these basketball games this year. And they noticed that. Obviously, it's a problem. They've said in the post games that it's something that they're trying to fix. But I don't really know how else you fix it. Well, just come out with energy, man. Just come out free. And just, even though it's the Detroit Pistons, even though it's, a team that's under 500, you still have to come out and be the aggressor from the jump. From the first quarter, come out and be the aggressor. But what you're seeing is slow starts have haunted this Knicks team all season long. All season long. And that's something that they got to fix. Slow starts, transition defense, and just getting back and setting your defense. It's just simple stuff like that where the Knicks have struggled with this year. And yeah. Appreciate every single one of you in here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this post game. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Once again, join the Discord in the description. Sucks that this Knicks team couldn't pull through tonight, but on to the next, on to Toronto, and we just go from there. Appreciate every single one of you. Enjoy your weekend on this Saturday night. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back doing the podcast tomorrow. Be sure to join us. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.